Hello, 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 hello. There we go. Man, my game was having a freak out. Okay. It was just like taking forever to load. I was like, oh, come on, don't crash on me. Yeah. How are you guys doing? Hello, hello. Hi, Vivi. Hi, Shelly. Welcome in, Lexus. I figured I would take a chance to work on my little farm that I've been working on for a while. I've got a good little chunk done. I think I've got majority of the outside done. But I need to still do some of the houses. I need to do, so this is gonna be the business. It's just gonna be like a little farm shop kind of thing. Uh, come on. So I'm just gonna put some little shelving and I'm actually set it up as a residential. And then the rest of these are gonna be houses. But this one is basically pretty much done, I think. I might need to decorate a little bit more, but got the main layout of it done, but then that's really it. I think I did the horse thing in here as well. Vinny! Hi, Vinny! Shelly, you just got your sim done. Yay! Okay, that's exciting. Hey, I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see. I'll have to start downloading them. Um I'm gonna do a little like intro for everybody. So but how are you guys? How are you, Vinny? Hope you guys are having a good day so far. Oh, no worries, no worries. I'm just hanging out for now, trying to figure out where I need to go. Oh, yeah, I need to work on this top a little bit more. Um, let's see, I was gonna do a little bit more with this wall because I don't really see. I like this wallpaper, but I think I more like it as like an accent rather than as anything else. So I'm thinking of like doing something like that a little bit. Maybe I like that a little better, just so it's not so like boom, uh, colorful. Mm, Alexis, okay, you're on PS4? If you tell me who they are and what you want me to set their skills to, I'll just set it with UI cheats. So it's not a huge deal. Uh, so if you want to just do that, you can like DM me or you can just put it in the thread in Discord and I'll add it. That way you don't have to worry about it because you could just play them and get their skills to where you want and then re-upload them. But if you don't feel like messing with it and doing that, and then yeah, like I said, just let me know and I'll just upload them. I'll cheat it and then upload it. Glad you caught a stream too, Vivi. You're kind of like a little bit ahead, so it's always a little difficult to get time lined up. And I don't normally stream on the weekdays, but I've been wanting to work on this, and I said I would work on it on stream, so I've been holding off working on it. I was gonna do it yesterday, but I passed out after I got home. So that didn't end up happening like how I planned for it to happen, so it ended up being today. Um, but I'm gonna do at least a little bit, if nothing else. I don't know how long I'm gonna go, but Nixie! Hi, Nixie. How are you? Good to see you. I like these paintings. These are like some of my favorite paintings. I'm not sure why, but I use them like everywhere. See, just change that up. Okay, I think I like that a little bit better. A little bit of a vase. Just add some clutter. Um, sleepy, so mostly lurking. No problem. We'll lurk away. Get some rest. Just kind of impromptu. I didn't want to say anything about it because I wasn't 100% that I'd actually feel up to it when I get home because it was just going to depend on how tired I am. Wa- Wanted to do at least a little bit. Oop, I don't want to like crazy over clutter this. Kind of want to. There we go. A little bit better. All right. Let's see how I feel about that. These are like um, some of my favorite uh, side tables to use because they're so small. So if you need to like really squish a bed into a small space like I did here, it's really easy to put it in there. But I am going to put a railing so that I don't feels weird that it's just like like if you think about it, you just like fall off the stairs like in the middle of the night if you just like walk a little bit too far, right? I don't know. Still, I just don't want to leave it like this. Maybe a small railing or something. I'll have to play test this because I'm not 100% that that's walkable. Yeah, I can't leave it um open around stairs either. Yeah, it feels weird. That's something you would totally do. Yeah, that's 100% something I would do, Shelly. As well, like I would get up, forget, and then just like go up to get some water or something, and then just straight fall down the stairs. Yeah, like we're not doing that. Um, doing some makeovers. Oh yeah, that was from your Twitter thing. Who are you making over? Who did it end up being? I love seeing people do makeovers. It's always really cool because I'm so bad at casts. We're doing a little curtain here, maybe. Uh, see, we don't have like really cute country style like curtains. Like, something like that. Uh, just add a little bit more. It feels kind of empty. Maybe even a little. Mm, these nifty knitting rings, oh my God, are so uh, so nice. You can use them anywhere, and they actually have some really, really nice swatches. Oh, way too big. Wrong way. So tool's finally been fixed. I need to put that back in my game, and I can actually use that finally. Is this the debug one? Yeah, I think that's fine. All right. Quite cute. Oh, I hate this. Sims only need half squares. Yeah. Yeah, I usually just try to leave plenty of clearance just in case. Oh, I forgot something. I think I adjusted these walls here, so there we go. Kira Tilo. Oh, okay. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, railing half walls or full walls. Yeah. Yeah, I can't. It looks weird. Let's see. Let's see. Don't want to go too nuts here. Do I want to do some of these little, like, I hate this stupid bug in The Sims. Stop it. There we go. I think I kind of want to, like, use these because I feel like it'd be cute to, like, put it on every house and make it a little different on every house, right? Now, Vinny, you're on console, right? You're just kind of doing like random pre-mades. I was thinking, I know sometimes people when they do pre-mades, they do like a whole bunch of CC and all of that. I think CC is the only way I can make nice sims. Oh, and thank you for the hydrate, Alexis. Actually, not a bad idea considering uh my throat's think going out from talking. Huh. Oh, well, there goes a water bottle. Oh well. Well, okay. So I kind of want to put a little bit of grass for a little. I'm on console, so it'll be no CC. No cheating. No cheating. I guess some people do actually really feel like CC is cheating. Yeah. That's a discussion I'm not getting into. But yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, so it's just mostly gonna be it's just mostly gonna be like changing up the clothes, like makeup, hair, that kind of thing. Do some little grass here. They could just because this whole place is supposed to be like a little bit overgrown, so like a little bit like country farm style fancy, right? So kind of gonna give the chickens something to give them a little tree so they've got some cover. I think I might like here we go. Just some plants, just something so that's not so plain, right? Because I can't imagine these farmers are going out every day maintaining this stuff, right? Mhm. Mhm. Love cats. I just wish I had better hair. Yeah. I have pretty much all the packs other than the some of the kits. And I still use CC hair. Like basically all of my Sims have CC hair. I'm not fond of the base game hair. And like it's not bad, like some of it is all right, but I just don't feel like we have enough long hair. And like see, like I have long hair, so I personally really like long hair and I like how it looks. But then we don't really have good short hair either. So I'm not overly fond of the base game hairs or cl- the hairs that are actually in the game. It's all right, um but we definitely need something better. And it's getting better with some of the new cast kits that are coming out. But it's far from being, I think, where it should be. My grandpa was a farmer that got up every day at the crack of dawn to take care of his farm. Yeah. My grandparents were farmers too. I actually grew up with them, so I kind of grew up on a farm. It wasn't anything. It was probably no bigger than what's here, honestly. Like as far as the city, but I didn't live there my entire life. I just lived there because my dad was in the military, and while my mom worked, my grandparents took care of me. So I spent a lot of time over there. I freaking loved it. It was so much fun, and it was just like this entire steep hill for like crops and stuff. And I loved like they had an entire like grapevine and everything. And I used to love going and getting up, but he was up at the yeah, pretty much crack ass of dawn every day getting getting what's it called? Uh all his stuff done and feeding the chickens and all the little chicks and stuff. Oh, remember to save. Thank you, Shelley. I shall remember. I did. I did. And I did take a drink because my throat was cutting out. 'Cause I'm actually quite bad at it. And then I dropped my water bottle, so it's somewhere under my desk now. I'm gonna have to hunt it down at some point. I want to make some progress on this, but I'm so picky. See, like I could perpetually keep working on the landscaping because I feel like there's always something missing. And I don't want to do that until the very end. and I'm horrible about just leaving well enough alone sometimes. So like I'll see this and be like, it's too much plain. It's not realistic. So I'll just go back through and like I'll add some bushes and then I'll like go do something else and then I'll look at it again and be like, oh, it's missing this thing. I could add this thing. And then I'll keep adding stuff and keep adding stuff and keep adding stuff. And then suddenly I've spent like 3 hours just adding random junk that that doesn't need to be there when I could just leave it alone and stop messing with it. I don't like how these look, so I kind of shrink them a little bit generally. It's okay, Vinny. Oh, that's a maybe too big of a rock. Uh, I like honestly my favorite rocks to use are these base game ones. They just kind of like fit everywhere. I do like some of these as well, some of the new debug from Life and Death. And I like not those. I like some of the ones that came with like these that came with like for rent and stuff like that. Because if you shrink them down, they actually look quite nice. So that's the ones that are big. You usually can't shrink down too much without tool. But you think like yeah, actually how people become good artists. You keep adding bits here and there. Yeah, yeah. And honestly, that's how I learned how to build. And I heard somebody say that once, and I thought it sounded kind of silly until I did it. And then I was like, wait, no, this actually works. They're like, when you think it looks done, add more clutter or add more stuff. And then when you think it looks good, again, just add more stuff. And then when you're kind of happy with it and you still think it looks pretty okay, add more stuff. And honestly, that's kind of what I do. Of course, you kind of got to like know at a certain point where to stop, but it's also like it really does make it look realistic because if you think about it, like no house and no yard or landscape or anything is just plain without anything in it. So it's I want to put something else in here. Like, see, to me, these walls are like way too plain. Like, what can I put on these walls? All right, and that's kind of where I'm at. And I like to leave, especially for something that's playable. I like to leave people room to do their own thing, especially if they like family gameplay kind of thing. Um, and they want to add uh and they want to add like picture frames or like that kind of thing. Like that's totally fine too. So I don't like to leave like no empty space, but I do feel like it looks better if there's at least something. I already have it written. See, it's popping, but it's because it's not walls, it's roofs. So, um, just kind of annoying. I don't remember. I know what I'm looking for. I just don't remember what pack it's part of. I like wanted to say it was part of base game, and I'm not 100% that that's true. Mm, give me all the clutter. Yeah, yeah, and I think honestly, clutter helps it look good, and it looks a little bit. It's a base game. I do want to add this though, and helps it look a little bit more realistic. I love these hoses. I don't know if that was actually originally in the game or if it got added later, but I actually feel like it's really nice, and I quite like it because even if it's not really usable, uh, it looks good having it. I do think I'm gonna snag the water trough and stuff for this because, cows and sheep need to eat and drink as well. Yeah. I want to make a house with lots of boxes and move in stuff, make it look like someone's trying to move in and upload it half done, like a halfway rags or just that's cool. That's a really cool idea, actually. I like thought about that because there is like boxes and especially a lot that come with um oh god, I the basement kit I know has some boxes. I'm trying to find the like little that is what I'm looking. Oh, it's laundry kit. Okay. Laundry kit has some good like um cleaning style things. Mm-mm-mm. I don't give it enough credit, but it's got like stuff like this that actually would kind of make sense. Like a little towel rack and stuff like that. Mm-mm-mm. And mm, there, something kind of like that, because that kind of thing makes sense in like a barn. Um, I don't know if anyone else does this, but when I'm building sometimes and I see something that I could potentially use somewhere else, I'll just randomly pull it out and put it somewhere, so I don't forget to use it. Or I don't forget where it is because I'll find myself like not knowing where it was and uh not coming back for it. So I just pull it out. I think this will be all right. I do that. Okay. So I guess a lot of us do that. Feel so bad. Yeah, I do it especially with debug because things are so hard to find in debug. That it's kind of a pain. Sometimes if you miss something, then you're having to scroll back through. Organized debug does definitely help make things a little bit smoother in that sense, but not always. Not really. These are all just going to be normal houses. I kind of like almost want to make the shop because I feel like that's just going to be a lot more of a pain than some of the other things. I don't know how I feel about this clock. How do you guys feel about this clock? I don't know if it makes sense here. Like, I feel like having an old timey clock like this in like a little village would be kind of cute, but I can't find a good spot for it because I didn't really think of it ahead of time. So I want to put it like front and center, right, or something like that. But there isn't really a front and center here. Uh, I was gonna tuck it over here, kind of in the corner, but it's just also looks a little out of place because it looks a little too like Victorian-ish, not country. I don't know. Might come back to that. Mhm. You think the clock can work in the middle? What are you thinking? Like here, like in the center, or should I put it more like back here? Could size it up a little bit to where it's just kind of like town square kind of thing, but okay, I see what you're saying. I could do I'm actually gonna shift this over here, I think. I don't think it's gonna stay there, but it's gonna go there for right now. Let's see. Something like this, maybe. Let's see. Ah, mm, let's see. I can make this work the way I'm imagining it. Oh God, why is my game so laggy? Does that look weird? I feel like maybe that looks weird. It just kind of looks like it's like a little shoe. So The whole shoe that someone just kind of like tucked in there. I don't know how I feel about that. An edible underarms on plates. To front. Okay. I see. I think I see what you're saying, Vinny. Garden on the wall. I don't ever use this thing, so I was like, I figured this might be a good opportunity. Okay, Alexis, you're okay. Hmm, could do something like this. Oh, see, the fact that that's not straight is gonna drive me absolutely crazy, right? Because I didn't make it straight. Oh my God. No, that's gonna drive me crazy because it's the whole building is the whole building is off. See, that is crooked. Oh my God. That's gonna drive me nuts. Okay, let's see if I can make that look decent. It's so creative. And there's so many creative builders. Oh my God. I sometimes feel like really good about some stuff that I do. And then I see other people build and I'm like, oh, you know what? I quit. I give up. I'm done. Where is that fence? This one. This is one of my favorite fences to use. I'm not fond of roofing either. No. But I've gotten better at it because I forced myself to do it. Guess I can. You're not a crap builder, Shelly. I've seen your stuff. Shush. And honestly, like the way I learned how to really build when I started building a lot more, is I copied people and like legitimately copied people. I mean, I wouldn't do anything with it, like I wouldn't post it anywhere, but like when I was building for myself before I started like actually posting my builds, I copied um people's builds and then I would just kind of like add my own stuff to it here and there. Uh, and that really, really helped. Or I copied real buildings uh, or stuff like that. I don't like these. Kind of wanted to make it a little messy because I don't feel like this is something that would be like super crazy neat. I'd feel like it'd be a little bit overgrown. Yeah. 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 And that's a great idea. And like deconstruct stuff a little bit. Realistic buildings are a great way to do it. I used to watch a lot of real houses, or I'd look up like lot of real whole floor plans and stuff, and then do that. I'm not sure this is gonna work, but I want to try it. But really, is just looking at it and being like, what can I add to it so that it's not so plain? And then I like add a little bit, and then it's one of those things of like keep adding, and then when you think you're done, just keep adding, and it really works. Let's see. Oh, I can. Good. I wasn't sure. It doesn't always let you minimize these. Pillars are kind of their own beast. They don't always work with you the way you expect them to. There we go. I think that looks all right. Some vines on the clock? Oh, I like that idea. Hmm, that's too neat. I need like overgrown things. And of course, I don't have Tool, and they did fix. There was an escape bug that was really, really horrible with Tool. Uh, that ended up being fixed just recently by Twisted Maxine. Oh my God, I was so excited because it's been plaguing me for so long. Uh, it's an absolutely terrible bug to where it doesn't let you hit escape. Like it gets to a point where, when you hit your escape to do your menu, it locks up. And it was just the worst thing ever. And you would get to where you can't get out of your game. You had to Alt F4 to pull up the menu, and then you could save from there. So technically, you wouldn't lose anything, but you also couldn't like reset anything. Like I got to where like even my speed things weren't working properly. Um, this was really what I was looking for, and it was a horrible, horrible bug, and I couldn't use Tool while the problem was going on. Just like this, I really can't find any vines that I really like. I know these are grapes, but it's fine. Somebody drop some grape seeds or something. That actually looks kind of cute. I almost like want to put a little like top over it and just see if I can uh expose it a little bit. Hi, Velvet. There you are. I was kind of afraid you died. Yeah, shell challenges are honestly a great way, and I did a lot of shell challenges. I started doing uh shell challenges for Little Simsy, and then I would like see kind of what other people did, and then I would just kind of follow suit a little bit and kind of go off of that. I would watch what when she did her reviews of like what the houses that won and what they did, and that's a lot of um how I learned a lot of building. And then of course, like I said, floor plans are still my bane of my existence until today. And I have such a hard time. Smaller, I can sometimes do pretty okay. The bigger, the worse time I have with it. But um, it's a hit or miss. Don't know why that alert is so large. I've got to figure out why that's doing that. Okay. Uh, but yes, thank you. I will remember to save. No, slept in. I've been doing some family stuff. Oh, play Witcher Monopoly. Interesting. I have not heard of that. That sounds interesting. And I figured you were okay. I was just like, she kind of just vanished. I don't like. I thought you were supposed to stream today. I didn't say anything about it being canceled. So, and I usually watch on my way home. And then I was like, where did she go? I was like, is she okay? Is she alive? I was a little concerned, but it's okay. It's all good. Oh, I had no idea it was a public holiday. Well, happy, whatever it is. What's the holiday? I think I like this yellow. I don't know. I kind of want it to be cozy. I think I do like the yellow with this part. Well, good. I'm glad that you're doing um some family time things. But thank you for stopping in. It's good to see you. Always good to see you. Ah, my phone goes. Oh, I think I like this one better. Oh, okay. Okay. Very cool. Well, hopefully you guys have some fun plans other than just Monopoly. Hopefully some good food and all that kind of exciting stuff. I have the entrance here. What kind of things should I put up for sale? I know I want to do some. Hmm. Maybe some handmade stuff? Oh, gonna go. Time for dinner. Alrighty, Shelly. Thank you. Thank you for popping in, hon. Go enjoy your dinner. Hmm. Somehow I like some of this stuff because of the way the selling it works, but it's definitely a little bit more modern, I think, than I like for this. Um, I might do some of these though, because I feel like that that sounds fun, Velvet. I'm just imagining you slowly just going crazy. Just a little bit at a time. If I want to do that, it's fine. Ha. That sounds like fun though. It's good that you're at least getting some time to hang out. It's always nice. As much as it can be, you know, a lot, I'm sure. It is a good thing. It is still a good thing. Let's see. I kind of wanted to do like a little area, like let's say clothes, right? Something like that. I don't know that I like that color. I think I like that better. Okay. Mm, and then I might do some shoes. Okay. Hmm. So I want to have like a little bit of everything. So I might have some pottery stuff on one side. And I know I got some clothes here. And then I think I want to have a section where it's like eggs and things, but I don't really know how I'm gonna do that without all placing every egg. Clothes. Okay. See, I'm not sure that that's gonna stay. Hmm. Do want to come back to that. I want to come back to that. What? The eggs, I think I can do. Um, let's see how I can do this. Best way to do this. Might need to do some like clutter or like a basket of some kind, and then do that. Uh, let's see. I kind of want to have like some other stuff I can put on the wall that people can like buy, and then maybe like a little s- chair, stool, or something. But then I want to have like something like that. Uh, you don't know. Let's see. I don't know why I'm so indecisive. Something like that. And then I can kind of like probably have to adjust the height on that, but it's all right for now. Yeah, because it's hovering. Ah, where is my lovely little shelf? Kind of want to set up this like little milk area here. It's not gonna snap in there, is it? No. Okay. Let's see if I can. I know that there's a basket that I can use. And I know there's like veggies and stuff that come with cottage living. And oh, yep, the bread thing. Yep, that too. That's a basket. Did I pass the bread thing? If not, I have a general idea where it is because I use it quite a bit. Maybe I'll do some jewelry to make it seem like, I don't know. Because this is all supposed to be kind of like handmade stuff, right? So I'm sure somebody's making some like little handmade jewelry kind of stuff. This kind of thing, like little like painted teapots or whatnot. Um, we're gonna come back to this. Just want them out here. Yeah, I'm horrible about just cluttering the ground. So I'm making a little shop. So I'm working on the little farm. I finished one house, but this is going to be a little shop. It's going to be like a little market, right? So all the people that live here and that have animals and that have like that they're growing stuff or whatever, they bring their like produce and their handmade items or whatever they have to sell with everyone else in kind of like a little village. So that's what this is. Uh and this is like a village kind of shop, I guess. Like a little farmhouse. Could never huge build like this. Yeah, you could. It honestly, I didn't really what in forbidden cereal bowl. Interesting. I kind of like this little bowl, and I just use this. I don't think I've ever used this thing. Uh, honestly, Vinny, I told myself I would take it really, really slowly. Otherwise, I would really overwhelm myself trying to do it all at once because that's how I am. I don't like to leave builds just kind of sitting there. But I told myself, I was like, I'm gonna do this a very little bit at a time. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Are you kidding me? Um, but yeah, Velvet, huh, okay. Well, that's gonna have to go further down. Yeah, it's gonna be a small, kind of like a small business, and I'm not, mm, don't know that I want to place that many eggs. I feel like it's gonna take forever. Not 100% sure I have the um patience for that because it's looking like I would have to all place all of them. Don't really want to do that. Yeah, but I'm doing it like a small because a lot of the stuff won't even really be sellable. Like I don't think that this will actually be playable. I guess you could make it playable, but uh, I mean, yeah, I guess you could make it playable. Trying to think, uh, because like the eggs, obviously, you probably could sell, but you can't really sell the clothes, not the way they are on the hanger. Mm, it's okay, Vinny. You're not missing much. I'm placing eggs. It's literally the world's most exciting stream at the moment. I'm sure it's riveting content, right? I need Tool, and I really, I really don't want to get back out to go get it. So that's gonna have to come back. I do think I want to do like some animal feed kind of stuff because I figure if it's a farm shop and people got to feed their animals, that's one thing that they're gonna kind of do is come here to buy feed. Yeah, I really wasn't actually because didn't work with the eggs. They wouldn't, in order for it to kind of work, they have to snap to the shelf. But they didn't. So I just had to all place them one at a time. But that's okay. But that's all I'm doing. I'm not gonna put any more in there. Mm. See, I wish I could just there we go. I was like, I need to be able to just do the sack. There we go. Some animal treats. I feel like that's fitting, right? Yeah, the eggs don't snap. Some of the debug stuff doesn't. The debug and the live edit don't. I'm not really 100% why, but sometimes I do this, which is like very similar to the shelf method, to where you like place it and then you just kind of pull it off. You want it to be slightly messy. There we go. Um, hmm. See, I wish I could put these bags on here, but it literally just goes down as like a pile of poop. So Mm, maybe some like litter boxes. I don't know. I feel like that kind of stuff could be useful. Like you can, make it seem like it's kind of something else. Uh, okay. Age up treats. We could do these. But yeah, you kind of have to. But you're also on console, so I have so much respect for people. who clutter on console because it's horribly hard sometimes. Like to even just do it on PC, it's just so time consuming. I can't imagine how long it takes you to do all this on console because it's really kind of a pain in the butt. Let's see what else I can do here. Oh, okay. I can do the little hay treat kind of things, clumps and whatnot. Quite bad at this without come quite close to throwing your controller. Yeah, I don't blame you. Betting. Okay. So I'm glad that snaps. Okay. I feel like that kind of looks good, right? Um, mm, might kind of do that here. Just some like little supplies kind of thing. Um, yeah, I could never on console. Yeah, me neither. Yeah. No, I'd lose it. It's just it's a pain enough on PC, I think, sometimes to do clutter stuff. I kind of want to like put some of these balls somewhere. But you know that if they actually left these balls here, they would just be rolling all over the store. Like you 100% know that would happen. Maybe not. Mhm. There we go. Oh, no. Stop snapping. Go. Okay. Ooh, a rattlesnake festival? See, that sounds kind of cool. Or maybe I could put the basket. Oh, no, I'd have to move all the eggs. Nope, I'm not doing it. Oh, let's see. So I want another one of these tables. Then I'm going to kind of move this here. Trying to make this like make it like a little cluttered, but not too much. Uh, maybe do like these kind of things here. Be some like jewelry or something. Right. Some like cute little handmade kind of accessories and whatnot. Oh, feel like that would be cute. Mm, mm. This is always a good idea. Hats. All right, this is kind of like a little uh all-in-one mart where you just come from like for like your necessities, like the basics. Right? I feel like that kind of makes sense. Your like little toiletries and just, basic stuff and the immediate things. Little Say little garden bunnies, maybe some gnomes. Mm-mm. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Let's see what else. Mm, maybe will it come up like this? Yes. Okay, awesome. So we're gonna do some pottery stuff. Oh, might leave the gnomes on the ground because they'll kind of go along with like the little. There we go. Just kind of randomize it a little bit. No, that's really not randomness, huh? There we go. Mm, hmm. So are these, has anyone actually tried to use these teapot sets? Because they show like they have teapots, like they have teacups, but um but they're obviously not on here. So I'm assuming these show up when you actually like try to use them. Originally for professional run. Oh, that is kind of sad. I mean, I get they can definitely be a nuisance and they can definitely be extremely harmful to like livestock and of course like kids and people and all of that. But I'm like a big wildlife lover, so that kind of makes me sad. Right. This is kind of starting to come together a little bit. Mm, maybe some like books, like some books on pottery or whatnot. Okay. And then I think I need like a little veggie section. And then that should be about the majority of it. Might need to do some wall stuff or some food basket. So if I size this up, I'm not gonna make this giant thing. I'm gonna do something like this. Does that look too weird as being just one giant basket? Mm. Is that like that's not that normal size lettuce? Somewhat at least. I can't. I guess. Okay. Let's get a table to put it on. say I can put that like here. Why did that just suddenly not want to snap to the correct spot? That's so weird. Sims, why are you weird? Why is that a snap point? Like, how does that make sense to anybody? My God, like over here raging about random stuff. Okay. There we go. Mm-mm-mm. That's a really tiny melon. That would make sense more like more that size, right? Guess we don't really need a basket for the melon, as they don't necessarily need to go on baskets. There we go. There we go. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, Vinny, I've never heard of that. Or I mean, I have heard of it, but I didn't know it was still a thing. Uh-uh. And yeah, it's definitely like we don't have that here. It's to come up just a tiny bit more. There we go. I think I need. Yeah, rattlesnakes are quite abundant in especially the western part of the US, and they're horribly um deadly. And farmers and stuff especially don't like them because they will kill livestock and or like farm dogs or stuff like that, yeah. And they can be quite devastating, as like even a little bit of venom can kill off quite a few animals, so it can be quite rough. So yeah, like I don't particularly like it, but I get it. Maybe I could do this like little thing of three. Could do like almost like cherry tomatoes kind of thing. Looks a little bit more full. There we go. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, we don't really have rattlesnakes here, but we do have a whole bunch of other snakes. Um, I think one of the only ones that we have that's really dangerous here is um, the coral snake, and they're very they're very venomous. Leave some peppers, and then uh, maybe some like flower arrangement kind of thing. Okay, just kind of to add a little bit, like, homemade arrangement kind of thing. Do you want to add some more books? Mm, giant water moccasins with spiders, black widows. Oh yeah, we don't have anything that crazy here. I'm I'm glad about that. That's just nope, nope, nope. Uh, you don't know if you're like accidentally shaking a scorpion under. Oh, yeah, no, no, it's bad enough just like seeing a random spider or something like that just crawling around, and then you wonder how long they've been there and where else they've gone and been. I don't like that. That's gonna have to come down a little bit. Is that too high or too low? No, that should be fine actually. Okay, there we go. Okay. Hate any animal getting hurt. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way in a sense, but I also grew up kind of on a farm, so I'm kind of like somewhere in the middle. Like while I don't like them getting hurt, I sometimes understand like the need for it. Doesn't mean I have to like it, but sometimes sometimes life sometimes life be lifing. It it can be really like really rough like that, and especially like biologically, can't tell you how many times that you hear of like certain farmers or even biologists and all that having to take out almost like an entire species because they're just rampaging, and they're just uh, causing issues for a whole bunch of other wildlife in the area or whatever the problem. I want to put this on a shelf, but I feel like it's too big because that's poking out. And if I put it up, yeah, that's too big. Still, can I do this little? There we go, something like that, like little toys or something. Mm, little ducky. I'd say like some cute little kids' toys, and there we go. Mm-mm-mm. like this is making decent progress at least. I wasn't quite sure what I was doing with this little shop, but it's turning out kind of cute. And I think having horses would be very important. There we go. Perfect. Ha, okay. So I think that's pretty good for the shop. Let's see if I can get like a laptop, right? Let's do like a little laptop, maybe like a little tablet. And then that is like the worst low poly book, I swear. Mm, kind of looks like a credit card. I was like, maybe I can. Oh, but it puts it in. That's fine. Oh, you know what? I kind of want to use that. I'm gonna come back to that. Uh, Maybe it's just some like little random stuff here and there. Prairie dogs. Well, there's the national environment, but they're horribly invasive. Yeah, prairie dogs are really invasive. Almost caused an auditorium to collapse. Holy crap. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, they're like beavers. Beavers can also kind of have that issue where they can need to be relocated because they can like actually force rivers and stuff to turn because of how they cut trees and make like little dams and stuff like that, which can actually be quite horrible for the other wildlife in the area. It kind of makes it look a little bit like there's some stock or something, right? Mm-mm-mm. And then I'd say for like gardening, do some more of these on the other side. I think I'm just gonna do a couple. I want to get these like little plants in there, the little starters, little seedlings. I feel like they're like little different seedlings, right? Yeah, I'm gonna change the color on that just a little. Oh, no, what I wanted to do. There we go. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Okay. I feel pretty good about that. Want a little hanging shelf or something. There we go. Oh, I've definitely got to get rid of this little shelf thing. Oh, back from ads. Welcome back. Oh, I hope that they'll use that door. Not really sure on that. Yeah, maybe I won't. Is that here? You go at it. Okay. All right. Let's see what I can do about the walls. I feel like um something like that. Do I do maybe want a little bit more color in it? Mm, there's definitely not more color in it. Or maybe just do it darker. Hmm. Mm. I kind of want like a little bit more country kind of uh, wall, but I can't find anything that fits. I feel like gonna do the rest of it like that. Mm. If I do this part like that, that's too modern. This is one of my favorite wallpapers to use. Oh, because the wood comes so high up, and I just think it looks really good. I do kind of actually like that. Hmm, what do you guys think? Do you feel like it needs anything else? Should I do some curtains or just kind of leave it open a little bit? Looking pretty good. Okay. Do you want like a little? I do feel like something like this would actually be fitting, right? Because we're gonna assume that some of the animal stuff kind of spills or whatnot. And that's kind of their way of staying a little bit cleaner. Leave it open. Okay. Okay. And then I'm thinking this is kind of like the delivery. All right. The truck comes over here and drops off whatever. Um, and then brings it in through the back and then they can restock. Okay. Cute little farm shop. Um, want to see. I think there's get to work maybe. It has some like little sale signs or something, I think. I don't know that I want them like everywhere, but just some like little ones I think would look cute. There we go. Just to kind of show that it's like a store. Mm. Okay. I just like a little bit extra stuff. I always like to throw stuff on the walls because there we go. Okay. All right. I feel like that's cute. It just kind of looks like a cute, proper little store. Should I put more rugs? Kind of like just having like the entrance one because I feel like it's supposed to be like kind of small and cozy. Uh, oh, actually, um, I know I want to add something like that. Mm, okay, so like no more rugs. Okay, okay. I feel like that's pretty good. A little farm shop is done. Maybe change out the lighting though. Mm, there we go. So I think it'll look better with the little old kind of style lights. I do think I might want to do the ceiling as well. Let's see. No, I have like the hardest time with ceilings. It just has like an issue with working. Cause see, that to me looks like it's done, but there we go. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay. Proper little country home, right? And I think with the shader on, it looks much, much better. Cute. Okay, I'm happy with that. Mm. Can maybe get to uh, starting on one of the houses. But both of these are kind of big, and then I'll come back around for the other stuff. Um, and I do actually want to. I'm eventually going to take some screenshots in live mode too, because what is? Oh, is that the foundation? Oh, I hate that. I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay, gonna come back. But I want to see the ducks and all the fish and everything in live mode. So I'm gonna come take some screenshots once it's done fully in that. I'm gonna see if I can get at least the bottom floor of this done. Um, so let's see. I really didn't think it through honestly when I did some of these layouts um of these houses because they're not great. I didn't do a fantastic job with them. I need some stone stairs, maybe. Let's see. Okay, I like that. Let's pull that back just a little bit. Then I'm going to shift those windows up. Mm, something like that. So let's see. Mm. There we go. I love the fencing and the railing from Horse Ranch. It's got some really, really cool build by, honestly. And I think Lexus, you were saying you were thinking of getting it. Like if you have the opportunity, definitely do. Because it does have some really cute cast items too. But some of the build by in there I use consistently. Like it has one of my favorite tables and some of my favorite rugs in the game. Because this rug I use, if you see my like shell builds, I use the crap out of this rug because it's got so many cool colors and so many cool swatches. This one is actually quite nice to use as well. It's cool for like a cute little kids room area because of little animals. Uh, but then you can also use it in like a more neutral kind of space too because it's really nice. But so if I bring that up, let's see. I think I can do a room, make that like the master bedroom, maybe. Mm, do maybe like a kids room. And get a bathroom in up here too. Be like a little one if nothing else. Okay. Gonna designate some of these floor plans just so I don't forget what I'm doing. Just gonna pop a toilet in here. Now for my country builds, I really, really love um the cottage living bed. It's such a cute bed and it has so many cool little cool little swatches. Like I love this like little plaid blanket. I kind of feel like everyone's grandma has had one of these, or at least something along that line, right? And then it's got some nice little neutral ones, and then this little flowery one. I feel like it's so so cute. Uh, but it's such a horrible bed for actual gameplay. It's absolutely god awful. I think it's like 411 or something. 511. Yeah. It's so bad. Um, so if it's in my game when I decorated the build, I just replace it immediately with something that I can actually use. But these are cute. Well, they're also very terrible. Uh, mm, this is a nice contribute. I think I might use that one. That one comes from the Paint Your Career, but we don't care because there's no restrictions on this one. Pop that in there. And then this one, we're gonna use the horse ranch bed. Okay, that's just so I know what's going on. Down here, little entryway. So I might just do like a living room, maybe like living room, sitting room, and then kitchen, dining room. Kind of want to do something like this, and then maybe half wall. Uh, yeah, I think that should be all right. Uh, I'm afraid there's not gonna have much space, but okay, we'll see. Could just do it as one giant living room. Oh, hi, Dre, and remember to save. Thank you, Alexis. Hi, Shell. Remembering to save. I usually have tea, but I have soda today. Um, ah. See, and I can't really put windows here because it just faces this ugly roof. So like I could, it would just look really weird. I adjusted the roof on this, so I'm not sure. That doubling up is going to kind of bother me, so I might have to eventually fix that, but come back to that. Come back to that. Okay. So let's see if I do. I like kind of want to do a dining room against this, or maybe I put the living room here and then put the dining room kitchen over here because it's bigger. Maybe I like that better. Yeah, I like that better. We're going to put the dining room kitchen over here. And then I'm going to put the living area over here because I just like this little view out here. I feel like that's like a really cute view for a living room, right? Uh, and then I can, and this faces a wall, so we're just going to get rid of that. I'm telling you, I built these houses first before I put anything else down, which might have not been the best idea because I didn't really think the layout all the way through, obviously. So it's like not the best. Kind of want some like old timey couches, but I think I used these in the last. Did I use these in the last house? Yeah, I did. I never think the layout through only scrapping one. Yeah, uh, I don't as many times as I actually feel like I should. Because I run into these issues quite a bit where I have like a window facing a giant wall or something. Uh, which I mean, I guess there's not saying a window can't be facing a wall, but I feel like it's kind of a pointless window. So you'd either like cover it up or not put it there or something like that. Because I'm assuming the barn was built afterwards, you know. So you probably wouldn't have put it to where it completely blocks your window up. I like these couches too. I feel like they're quite cute. Mm, do I want that or something more like this? Nah, I feel like it's a little too. Mm, I'm not overly fond of how bright these colors are, although I like this couch. But I think I can make this work. There we go. See, I'm gonna give them a little TV. Mm, I love this tablecloth, but this is one of those items that I wish we could mix and match the tablecloths with the different wood, which makes me not use it more often than not, honestly. Feel like in a country kind of house like this. Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit more fitting. Do want to give them a TV, but we're gonna have like, right? I feel like it's kind of cute. Have a little, you know, they're not exactly perfectly technologically advanced in this area because they're more like the farm life, right? So they're not exactly gonna have like 80-inch flat screens. Oh man, sometimes the debug's annoying. Uh, mm, the temptation to put little Yoda. I'm gonna size him down, do it like a little. That's annoying. Okay, we'll come back. I'll come back to that too. Mm, that's too moderny, even though I love using this as clutter. But it's actually quite a cool looking vase. Ha, perfect. The chicken. Mm, I have so many houses where I just forget what's in the game. So I'm like sitting here trying to think of what I could possibly use, and I'll run into something be like, oh yeah, that thing. There we go. Huh. What I'm actually gonna do here too. I like doing this quite a bit. I'm gonna use one of those. Like these pillars are nice for this kind of thing because they're just plain wood. Some of the other ones have some like weird stuff all over them. But let's see. Of course, I'm not gonna be able to get the wood to match because The Sims, guys. There we go. Okay. So I think that actually looks kind of cute. And so I don't know if I want to just do like a little curtain here or like decorative, right? I don't know. I feel like that looks odd because it's only gonna be in that one area. I do like a hanging plant. There we go. Mm. This is one of my favorite wall trims to use because I feel like it fits really nicely, like just about everywhere. Just this like little fencing kind of thing. So I think that's kind of cute. Mm, let's. I'm gonna actually come back to that. I need like a cute little table. I feel like having like a table that's kind of like this, that's more um like put together, like homemade would make a little bit more sense. But I don't like the colors on this. They're quite out there. Ah, I feel like that should work. Keep that kind of like a stack of wood, right? Because I feel like in a farm, especially from what I know, you definitely kind of like make use of just about anything you can when it's in when you have like scrap wood or anything like that. You don't get rid of that. You scrap wood is useful. You can do all kinds of stuff with scrap wood. So we always did stuff with it, and it got turned into all kinds of whether it was seating or a step stool or even just anything really random. I think I might do like a lamp here, but I like the idea of having this like kind of janky broken lamp a little. Mm, there we go. Some of my favorite plants in the game, I use them everywhere. Just absolutely everywhere. Just think it looks so cute almost wherever you put them. Maybe do like a do like a radio. I feel like a little vintage radio would be perfect. Okay, it's starting to come together. Um, let's see now. And I can probably make that work. Nah, I don't like how it looks. Too much of a gap. If I could bring them a little bit closer together, I could. Um, these are actually quite cute, and this isn't a pack that a lot of people have. I think I just don't see it used very often. But these curtains have like a nice variety of swatches that you can use for like practically everything, and they're like those few of the ones where you can kind of piece them together for like for whatever having like a hard time settling on something. Always go for the safe option. And these are always really nice. Let's see. I don't really like any of these either, but that's okay. Stay with that, I think. Here we go. And I think I want to something like that. I might do these in like a beigey, like a pink, because the couches are pink. So I think that's kind of cute. Okay, look at that. I like it. I like it. I like it. I am starting to really like this. Kind of like a little worn rug. Ah, perfect. And then always need some clutter on the table. And that's usually like for dining room tables, that's kind of like for me where the things come in, like the journal and stuff like that, like the book. Mm. And then hmm, what else do I want? Just like little sticker kind of stuff and just some books maybe. There we go. Gonna get going, not feeling well. Oh, okay, Lexus. Thank you for hanging out with me, hon. Get some rest and feel better. I'll post the VOD on YouTube in case you want to check out where you left off later and kind of see what it ended up looking like. So, but get some rest. Do some board games too. There we go. I'm probably not gonna be going for a whole lot longer, because I'm getting kind of tired and I gotta go make dinner. I was gonna at least try to finish this bottom floor, but I'm not 100% that's gonna happen because there's a lot more going on. Okay, pull that over here. There we go. Okay. I think I need like a nice little chair, right? Because this is the grandma sits here in front of the fireplace corner. Because that's kind of what that feels like to me a little bit. That might be a little too big. Right in front of the stairs. There we go. Not fond of that wood color. I'm not sure what was going on there. Need some more plants because there's always a need for plants. I love these plants and how bright these colors are. For that little hanging one because I feel like it's a nice little splash of color when there isn't a whole lot going on. And I feel like it fits quite nicely. Actually, I think I might put that outside. Uh, Hmm. There we go. I do want to, I think, I'd like to bring this up just a little bit, but when you have multiple houses like this on a lot, it can be kind of like a little weird. Let's see if I bring it up with what it's going to screw up. It's like a notch. Yeah, that's what ends up happening there. Okay, I can actually fix that. Mm, perfect. Make sure it didn't screw up anything else. I don't think so. Okay, very cool. I'm gonna. I love the dark wood on that. Every time I get that hiccup, it reminds me to save. There we go. And I am gonna do like a see around the outside, I think, for the foundation. Even though it's not a very big foundation, but okay. Get some paintings on the wall just to Mm, okay. I feel like something like that. Let's put a wall down. I try to wait to do the wall because I always feel like there's a it's easier for me to do it when I have stuff going and when I have furniture in it, and then I can kind of try to match it up a little bit. I like the shade of it quite a bit, but I feel like it's too dark because it's especially going to make this room look extremely dark. Um, maybe something like that, and then I can kind of like change the color a little bit. I don't know. I go back to this wall a lot. Maybe that's too white. Hmm. Maybe just one of the good old fashioned reliables. Nah. Might end up having to stick with that for right now, at least. Might get changed later. Not saying it won't, but for now, I think that's all right. Let's see if I can get some more clutter stuff over here in the corner. Do I want a little bookcase? I feel like maybe I want a little bookcase. Um, I love the little bookcases, the little tiny ones that come with the Book Nook kit. It's seriously one of my favorites. It's easy to kind of fit in. God, it's a lot of uniform looking books. Okay, there we go. This is actually a really cool one for, I feel like for this type of build, because it's kind of like a little messed up. I do want to, I think, throw some of the basement treasure stuff in here too, because there's some like, mm, because there's like boxes and stuff, and I think that'll be kind of fitting. Even if it's kind of poking out, I'd say like, yeah, you know, they kind of put it off to the side. Grandma and Grandpa put it off to the side just to get it out of the way. I want to have one of these phones here, but I don't. Do you guys ever make basements just for the sake of having a basement, other than just to play in it? Because like houses here basically all have basements, at least of some sort. If anything, larger houses will definitely have a basement. And I never make houses with basements. I don't know why. I just never remember. I guess because I don't like them gameplay wise, I don't remember to make them to just have. I love these little sitting cushions, by the way. Just think they're so cute. Okay. Um, maybe not that one. I love the pet stuff curtain for we're like on the pinkish side, right? For builds like this, because I feel like they it's kind of cute. very like country-ish style, and we don't really have a lot of country stuff, especially before they brought out the horse range. We nearly had nothing. Now it's like a little better. Okay, I think that living room and kind of like sitting area with the fireplace looks kind of cute. Okay. Well, I think this house is gonna take a while, so I might put a stop to it there and then come back and keep working on it on another stream. But I got through the I am gonna do that. But I got through the store, so I'm actually quite happy about that because I was not looking forward to doing that. I was a little afraid of I didn't really have any ideas for it. It turned out quite cute. I'm gonna make this a little darker. There we go. Oh, let's see. Oh, my game's like starting to choke. Okay, that's kind of cute. I think I like how that's looking. Alrighty. Okay. So I'm gonna probably post this little VOD to YouTube and then go make myself some dinner or get something to eat because I'm quite hungry by now. I'm gonna take some little screenshots as well of the little store that got built because I think that turned out really, really cute. But alrighty, thank you guys for hanging out with me for my little impromptu stream. I don't know if anyone I know is no one I really know. Well, alrighty. I might not rate out today. Might just call it there. But thank you guys again. Hope you have a great rest of your evening, afternoon, time zone, whatever. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.